clients checking in. Gotta love it.
What's up, guys? Got a quick tutorial here for you about the MyFitnessPal app. I use this a ton. I use it with my own tracking, and I use it for my online clients tracking as well. Okay, so it's a very, very unique app. Very user-friendly. It's super wicked easy to use. I'm going to give you a brief rundown of it today. Basically, it's got everything programmed in there for you already, guys. It's got the carbs, it's got the fats, it's got the protein, it's got the calories already tracked. It's got, I don't know, millions of food items already listed in there, already there for you. All you gotta do, search for it, find the amount, and then type it in. Okay, so a lot of you guys have been hearing me talk about calculating your macros. I got an article about that. And talking about ketogenic diets a lot and talking about how important it is to count your macros. Well, MyFitnessPal app does it all for you, man. You don't even have to keep track. I remember back in the day before it came out, I had to keep track of all mine on pen and paper. And I didn't mind doing it that way because it helped me keep accountable, and it taught me a lot of things too. So when you calculate calories and macros and stuff like that, I don't think it's something that you have to do forever, but I think everybody should do it for a period of time, you know, 5, 6, 7 months or something, because by doing that, you learn about what's in certain foods. You learn about how much grams of proteins in chicken and carbs and rice and fats and eggs and fish and things like that. And you learn to look at a piece of meat or a cup of rice or whatever it is and be able to eyeball test it and tell about how much that is. Oh, that's about 6 ounces of meat. That's about 8 ounces of meat. You know, so it's a good learning tool. You don't have to do it forever, and I don't, think you should do it forever. But I've been doing it for 5 or 6 years, and I still from time to time pull out the app and plug it in. And right now I'm documenting my journey. I'm documenting my training routine and nutritional routine, and I hope that brings you guys a lot of value. It's really going to get you a step inside my head and my mind and my tactics and my implementation of my training routine and my nutrition, and give you a better idea of how to do it and how to manipulate for your goals. Okay, so I use that app for a lot of online training, online clients. I tell them to use that. One thing right off the bat, half the time they'll log in there and they'll ask them for their weight and their height and body fat percentage, all that garbage. For my online training clients, do not pay attention to that. Pay attention to the numbers I give you. I give you different. The reason it's different is because that's based off of very numbered things. When I give you calories and macros, it's based off the questionnaire that you fill out. So it's based off your diet, your previous diet history, because 9 times out of 10 I run into people that have diet history that have really gone on low calories or this and that. So there's a degree of metabolism hindrance there when you've gone on excessive diet plans for a long time. So I take that into calculation, as well as your body fat percentage, your age, your weight, your sex, all that good stuff. So I recommend, follow. It's just a tracking tool. The MyFitness app is just a tracking tool. I just want you to be able to know carbs, fats, proteins, and calories, and then send that over to me in a very nice, easy way. So that's the reason why I do that. For you guys that aren't online training clients of mine, it's a good place to start. If you're not for sure where your metabolism is, if you're not for sure certain things, those guidelines will give you a good place to start. Stick with those guidelines as close as possible as you can for 4 or 5 weeks, and see how you adjust. See how you are, and then adjust from there. It's that simple. So my online clients have the advantage of getting a little bit more detailed macros specifically. It still takes me a month or 2 to get the good beat on the metabolism. That's where I require a 3-month minimum commitment for my online trainers. So it just allows me to get a good beat for your metabolism, and I feel like I have a good beat for mine right now, and you'll notice that, and I'm tracking all my macros, all my calories, all my training through that plan. So go check that out, nickeltube.com. Training plan week 1 is up. I'm halfway through week 2 right now, and that'll be up Sunday or Monday. So yeah, I'm tracking everything, let you guys know full transparency about what I'm doing, what I'm eating right now. It's keeping me super accountable too, and that's the #1 thing that the online training is. That's why it's so successful, is I'm there, your accountability. You're having to check in with me weekly, and see how you're progressing. Okay, you're weighing every morning. You're sending me your MyFitnessPal app. Okay, so to get into that a little bit, I mean, it's really easy. I don't even it's hard to explain because it's so easy. So basically, you're going to type in the food that you eat. Okay, so you eat chicken and rice. That's pretty common. So you eat chicken, right? So you go type in grilled chicken. It's going to pop up. And these are ballpark numbers, obviously. I mean, don't be a Nazi about it. You have to get down to the very calorie. I just want a general sense, okay? Metabolism is a moving target anyway, so it's just important that we hit it as close as possible. So you're gonna calculate that in there. Okay, so you're gonna pop it up, you grilled chicken, okay? Then you're gonna, another critical component that you're gonna have to have the amount that you've eaten, right? So it's gonna come of ounces or grams. Either way is fine. You're gonna have to get a food scale though, okay? Food scale is gonna be critical for this because you wanna weigh it out, you wanna get the accurate amount of food that you're eating, right? To get the accurate calorie count, okay? You can't just assume that you had 4 ounces of chicken. It could have been 8 ounces of chicken. That's double your calories, or double your protein, which is good. Protein is not necessarily, you know, a culprit to body fat. You know, I don't want to get into that spiel, but you know, I can't tell you the number of people that come up to me and say, "Oh, I don't want to. I'm trying to cut. I don't need to try a protein supplement. I don't need any more protein." Like, well, protein is the number one thing you need to increase when you're on a diet, because a lot of people decrease protein. That's going to decrease their satisfaction on a diet. They're going to stay hungry all the time, and when you stay hungry on a diet all the time, how long does that last? It doesn't last long at all. Trust me, I know. Personally, and from a client standpoint, if you maintain your hunger at bay, and you're not hungry all the time, your diet's going to be very, very successful. Okay, that's what makes it. That's the number one key of a successful diet: maintaining your sanity, maintaining your hunger level. Okay, you do not want to be hungry all the time. It's only a matter of time for you're like, you know, fuck it, I'm out. I want to go eat something. Okay, so protein always high. There's your free tip right there. Protein, keep it high. Okay, you know, matter of fact, I'd love to see a study that where subjects ate nothing but protein for like 6 weeks, just nothing but protein. He couldn't do it because he needs essential fats, but maybe they could infuse it into a vitamin or something, make sure they have the essential fats that they need. I don't know. I would just love to see the stats to where how much weight you would gain if you ate an excess of protein. You know, which gaining weight is a caloric gain. That's all it is. It's not a carbs or fats argument. It's an overall caloric state of the body. If you're in a caloric surplus, you will gain weight, whether that be from, you know, carbs, fats, or protein. You know, but honestly, I think protein is going to be very hard to overdo. Very, very hard. So that's why I increase protein. Keep you satisfied on your diet, and to maintain muscle, right? You have to maintain lean body mass. That's going to keep your metabolism high. Okay, you want to be able to eat as much as possible, right? Everybody loves food. You want to be able to eat as much as possible on a diet. That's the goal. You don't want to have to drop those calories down unless you absolutely have to. I got a guy right now that's getting ready for a bodybuilding show, looking great. He's about 4 weeks out. He's looking just superb. Okay, and I haven't lowered his calories in a couple weeks just because there's no reason to. He's dropping fat where he's at. We're manipulating a few things workout wise, but he's right on track. We're not even going to do anything drastically for his peak week. We're probably not even going to cut water. We may not cut carbs much more than we are right now. He's looking very good. So it's a caloric game, right? It's a energy balance game at the end of the day. So that protein is going to keep you satisfied on a lower caloric state in order to lose weight. So anyway, back to the MyFitnessPal. So you're going to weigh it out, right? You're going to go 6 ounces of chicken. You're going to type in 6 ounces here. Add it to the day, okay? I typically just use breakfast as one. I eat one meal a day. It's usually, you know, technically it's breakfast. So I just throw it all on the same meal. It doesn't really matter, guys. At the end of the day, and if I have you set up on a plan, it doesn't matter if you divide it into 3 meals, 2 meals, 1, whatever. Especially if intermittent fasting. Not everybody's on the intermittent fasting setup, but the majority are. And it doesn't matter. I just want the end of the day calories, macros. That's all I want. So I just throw it all up in the breakfast, because when you revert back to it, it'll pull up foods that you frequently eat, and if you eat them all, they're in the same breakfast. Like if you type in breakfast and then try to do a lunch, it'll only bring up the frequently items you ate at lunch. So that way it just keeps a run total. That way you don't have to go search for it every time. So I eat rotisserie chicken a lot. It saves at the top. Bam, I plug it in there. I eat about the same amount every time. I just destroy an entire rotisserie chicken. It's delicious. It's awesome. I love it. Anyway, so that saves it up there, so it makes it a lot easier for me. So I was like, okay, rotisserie chicken, eat that 3 or 4 times a week. I don't have to worry about finding it each time. It's already there. Same thing with everything else, guys. Eggs, you can count the number of eggs you put in there, and if you wanted to weigh them out afterwards. So you always want to weigh your food after cooking. So cook the chicken, grill it, bake it, whatever, then weigh it after you get through cooking it, okay? So weight after cooking. 8 ounces of cooked chicken, not pre-cooked, okay? There's a big difference there. It's not going to maintain all the nutrients in there, so just weigh it after cooking, okay? I don't want to get into that, guys. Yeah, MyFitnessPal app. It's wicked easy, guys. Another thing, don't turn off like the activity log track, because it'll track your activity throughout the day, and then it'll subtract your calories. It'll actually allow you more calories if you burn more calories, And for my clients, I don't want you doing that. I don't feel like it's 100% accurate, and I think that can be misleading for a lot of people. So I would be very cautious of doing that. It's very, very hard to track exactly how many calories you burn throughout the day with your workout or anything like that. So it's always good to just kind of play it safe, take that off, and just track your stuff, okay? Track your weight every morning, daily basis, right after you go to the restroom, okay? Track it every day, average that together, get a weekly average of that weight. This is what I'm doing with my plan. I'm giving you guys the gauntlet here a little ahead of time. So track it every single day, take that weekly average. Also, track your macros, track your calories, get a weekly average of that. Then you have 2 data points, okay? Then you have your data point here, your weight, data point here in macros, okay? After 3 or 4 weeks of that, you can kind of see the trend. I'm like, okay, cool. Make sure to keep it consistent, see where you're at, okay? So keep your macro at least 2 weeks, minimum 2 weeks, probably for the first month, keep it all the same, just track it, okay? Just see where your weight's at. If your weight is maintaining and you have a similar amount of calories and macros in there, then you know where your metabolism is, okay? So that's gonna be key there. Then you can go, okay? Then if you're trying to gain weight, you can increase calories a little bit. Increase carbs, increase fats, increase protein. Probably more so protein and then carbs. Just depends, okay? And everybody's a little different. This is where the beauty of online training comes into, because I can kind of get a feel of, oh, maybe you're more carb sensitive, you're more fat sensitive, okay? For me, I respond much better to carbs than I do fats, okay? So I try to keep my fats on the lower end, get just the essentials that I need, and then go a little bit heavier on the carbs, okay? Because carbs only have 4 calories per gram, fats are 9. So you can eat a lot more carbs versus fats. However, fats are a little bit processed, a little bit slower in the body, and will allow for more satisfaction on the diet. So a high fat, high protein diet, a ketogenic diet, which is not high protein. A ketogenic diet is high fat, moderate protein, super low carb. So that's why it's so filling, and that's why it's a good diet to go on if it keeps you full. It didn't keep me full though. I can eat a lot. Fats, like I said, they don't sit well on my stomach or on my body. My physique took a big toll on that, and that's why I feel like it'll take a big toll on a lot of people's diet. So that's why I'm very cautious to recommend the ketogenic diet right now. So please, I beg you. It's not dangerous from a life or death situation. It's dangerous from ruining your metabolism and putting on some serious weight, guys. I mean, I'm very scared of the number of people I run into on the daily basis telling me about keto. They're not even tracking their macros, and they're talking about ketogenic diets, talking about eating a lot of fat, a lot of protein. It's like, most of the time it's not even a ketogenic diet, it's a modified Atkins. It's high protein, low carb, a little bit of fats. That's not ketogenic. You're gonna be very low energy levels there, okay? Because your body's in a limbo between carb dependency and fat dependency. You need to make a choice, okay? You have to go completely fat adapted. It's gonna take 2-3 weeks maybe. It took me about 10-12 days. And it's going to be a process, and you have to eliminate carbs almost completely. I mean, 30 grams of carbs, and those carbs are coming from vegetables, okay? Because you're not able to have any kind of risk of spiking blood sugar with carbohydrates just due to the ketones in the body, okay? So the body prefers carbohydrates. It's the quickest form. It prefers it. So you're really going against the will of the body to get fat adapted, to get ketogenic, okay? To get into ketosis. So if you're not tracking your macros, you're not serious enough, and if you're not doing blood ketone levels to see where your ketone levels are, I don't think you're serious enough about either, man. You gotta put some investment in there. You gotta do a little homework. All right, so if you're, I don't know why it's turned into a ketogenic diet rant, but nonetheless, get your blood checked. See where excuse me, see where your blood levels are, your blood lipids, your cholesterol, this and that. See where those are to start with. Then check your blood ketones on the daily. Make sure you're getting into ketosis. And track your macros. You got to. Fat, it's got to be 75-85% of the diet. I'm not joking. Even you got to monitor your protein intake as well, because too much protein can convert to carbohydrates through gluconeogenesis. That's a 5-cent word there for you. But yeah, you just got to be very, very careful, guys. So the MyFitnessPal app will help you throughout everything. If you're on a ketogenic diet, if you're on intermittent fasting, which is not really a diet, it's just a mode of eating. Nonetheless, ketogenic diets and something you want to be very, very careful with. So counting your macros, MyFitnessPal app, you want to calculate it, you got to weigh it out, you got to make sure that you're doing it right, okay? So, I mean, that's basically it. It's super easy. I get a little frustrated when people ask me how to use it, because it's as easy as going and typing something in Google. You know, you ate chicken. And this is another cool thing and a key thing to do. Do it ahead of time, right? So say you're going out, and this is the beautiful part about flexible dieting, counting your macros, is because my theory on carb's a carb. Eventually it's going to get transferred into a sugar in the body regardless. So simple carb and then the complex carb all get converted to sugar. It's just, you know, timing effect, and I'll get into that in a later video. But a carb's a carb. So whether that be from a burger bun or, you know, whatever the case is. So MyFitnessPal, use it ahead of time, reverse engineer. Say you're going out, you're gonna have sushi, or you're gonna have a burger, you're gonna have pizza, or whatever the case is. Look it up ahead of time, where you're going, what you're gonna eat, and see what your calorie count is, okay? This way, because I want people to start thinking about their macronutrients and their calorie counts as a bank. Say you have 2,000 calories to eat on a daily basis. You have 200 grams of protein to eat, 150 carbs, 50 fats, okay? So those are banks. That's how much you have. I want you to utilize all of that. You don't want to have too much left over at the end of the day. You want to get there, because it's important for the metabolism. Like I said, it's not a cap to not go over. It's a number to hit. You want to hit as close to that as possible. You go over it just a little bit, that's okay. You want to average around there throughout the week. So you want to get as close to those numbers as possible. So you look at it as a bank, right? So I have 200 grams of protein to eat. Okay, bam, I'm gonna go work out. I'm gonna do a post-workout protein shake. That shake has 50 grams of protein, bam. All right, now I got 150 left. Okay, still got most of my carbohydrates left. The white isolate shake only had 4 grams for 2 scoops of protein. Bam, so I got 146 grams of protein, or carbs left. So, all right, what do I wanna go eat? I want some rice, or I want some sushi. So you go calculate it. You look it up, you type in MyFitnessPal app. I'm going to Shogun's for sushi. I'm also gonna get steak and fried rice. Then you look it up, and usually, this is where weighing your food ahead of time and then being able to monetize it on the spot comes in real handy, because you can look at it and see, oh, that's about 2 cups of rice. Bam. MyFitnessPal, 2 cups of rice. Bam. Then you know where it's at. It's 100 grams of carbs. So okay, cool. Okay, so you type that and say you haven't eaten it yet. You type it in, and like, oh, that's 100 grams of carbs. I only have 75 left. Let me dial that back a little bit and not eat the whole thing. It's just like that, guys. It's simple. It's fun. It's a lot of fun, and it makes dieting not seem like a diet, because you can actually fit some things in on your diet. I mean, and that's why I'm tracking everything from my training routine and my diet, is because I want people to realize that I don't eat clean all the time. It's about 80-20, and maybe 90-10 most of the time. I don't know. It's very flexible. As long as I'm hitting my numbers, I'm cool with that. Now, don't get me wrong. Those numbers aren't set up to where I can eat just junk food all day. They're set up to fuel the body, to fuel what I need, and to attain goals. So when you're in a caloric deficit, when you're trying to cut fat, it's imperative that your diet be as nutritious as possible, okay? Because the few amount of calories and nutrients that you're getting, they need to be a lot of bang for your buck. So that's why I'm eating a ton of protein. Protein is essential. You gotta get enough protein, not only from the satisfaction standpoint, but from the nutrient standpoint. You need it to maintain muscle, but you also need protein for every other physiological process in the body. Your hair, your skin, your fingernails, all requires protein, okay? Protein's essential, even if you don't work out. I'm surprised about the number of people who say, oh, I don't need protein, I don't work out. It's like, well, yeah, you do, actually. I mean, you gotta have protein. It's important for lean body mass, and if you're losing weight and you're not getting enough protein, you're losing weight fast. More often than not, you're losing muscle, which means you're going to lower your metabolism, which means you're not going to be able to eat as much. So if that's what you got, if that's what it takes to click for you, you got to have protein, at least 1 gram per pound of body weight. I mean, protein. I get tired of talking about that, but you know, I guess it's job security, I guess, you know. But anyway, protein necessary. So use your macros as a bank. 50 grams of fat, you know, I'm gonna eat 4 eggs. That gives me about 24 grams of fat. Now I got 25 left. What else can I get it from? So avoid domino foods when it comes to stuff like that, like chips, nuts, crackers, pretzels, things like that that are very, very easy to overconsume and very, very high calorically, okay? So what I call domino foods. I feel like this is jumping around a little bit, so I'm gonna wrap it up. But MyFitnessPal app, it's really easy, guys. Just get in there and play with it. You know, Google if you got to. Like, I feel like this video will bring a lot of value to you. But reverse engineer, okay? Reverse engineer. Find out where you're going. Find out what your calorie counts are. and then find out what you can eat. Find out if you can have that burger, if you can have that milkshake, if you can have those fries, or maybe you need to keep it clean tonight because you already messed it up or you already ate all your stuff earlier in the day. That's why I eat one meal a day, because that way I know what it is and I can just knock it all out in one meal. Not saying that's the best for you guys. Not saying it's the best for anybody. I'm not saying it's the best for me. It's what I can do right now. It's what I enjoy doing. I like eating like that. It fits my lifestyle, it fits my diet. It fits my my goals too. So fit the diet to your lifestyle and your wants and your desires within reason. Obviously, you can't just go off and eat whatever you want and expect to be in the best shape possible. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it, man. MyFitnessPal app is a big tool. It's a big tool I use for me and my personal daily battles, and then with my online clients too. So it's a great tool out there. You're doing yourself a favor by using it. It's completely free, and it's a learning tool. That's what I stress more so than anything else on my online clients. It's learning. I want to teach them how to do these things. So I'm going to walk with you. I'm going to hold your hand through it, and we're going to get you in the best shape ever. And we're on, and 4, 5, 6 months, however long it takes to get you on your own, you'll be able to sustain it for a lifetime. Okay. Thanks for watching, guys.